Very good morning. Good morning. I'm very happy to be here. I had actually prepared my protocol here and practiced on the pronunciation of names, but since I realized that there are so many prominent women in the room that were named that I don't have the names of, I just would like to say all protocol is observed. But maybe just to mention an extra thank you to Dr. Akin Bobola from the Africa Women in Media for allowing us to be here today to present this report. Thank you so much, and thank you for arranging this important conference here in Addis Ababa. You're most welcome to Ethiopia, I can say, as I'm a resident here. And thank you, UNESCO, of course, Rodney Onjika, the head of UNESCO Liaison Unit at the African Union, Ophelia, for welcoming us here today for this important session. And let me then also say, fellow journalists, I'm also a journalist by profession, and I spent quite some years in the field, so I feel very much at home here today. As one of the top donors to UNESCO's program on freedom of expression and safety of journalists, as we just heard, Sweden welcomes that the fourth World Trends report on freedom of expression and media development is being presented later this month, but being discussed here today. Personally, as I said, I'm also very happy to be here since I spent quite some time of my professional career in media development before becoming a diplomat. I actually spent 20 years on media development, even working for UNESCO in a big media development program in Jordan, and also being the international director of Foyo Media Institute, who is one of the co-sponsors of this big event. So I'm very happy to be among journalist media development friends here today. UNESCO shared an outline of the report with me, and it paints a very dark picture. It does paint a very, very dark picture with a number of declining trends that we will hear more about in this session, so I will not go into them. But it's a very dark picture, and not least when it comes to threats towards women journalists. This stands out, and this is, of course, very concerning for the Swedish government, but obviously more concerning for you. I think this is something that we will discuss and listen more to during the panel here. For Sweden, freedom of expression is a cornerstone for an open and prosperous society. And being the first country, as many of you know, that Sweden was the first country to introduce freedom of expression in our constitution, as long back as in 1766. That's some time back, right? We know that a viable, free, independent media benefits the whole country. Not only journalists, not only media houses, but it's for the whole society. But even with such a long history of freedom of expression, media freedom that Sweden has, Swedish journalists, not least women journalists, face increased threats and intimidations over the last 10 years, I would say, which we have even seen has led to an increased self-censorship in recent years in Sweden. So the trends that are described in the UNESCO report are trends that we all need to be concerned over and find solutions to. In Sweden, in Ethiopia, and on the African continent. So based on that, I'm very much looking forward to listening to the panel, hopefully with some answers on how to reverse the trend, on experiences, building on experiences from the African continent. And I'm hoping for new answers that we have not heard before, solutions that can make a difference in this quite negative trend that we are facing. But let me then end this short, brief remark by underlining Sweden's commitment to freedom of expression and safety of journalists, manifested by our support to UNESCO's global program, but also through our long-term funding to media development programs here in Ethiopia and in several other African countries. And some of you might be part of those programs that we are funding and following closely. So with that, I say thank you, and I look forward to the discussions from the panel. Thank you very much. Ame Sakanale.